Well, I want to talk about obesity today because obesity and type 2 diabetes together afflict about 30% of the people in the world, and it's growing. It's going up at an extremely rapid rate. And any new country that goes from being a long-time third-world culture to a first-world culture, where they get modernized, they have all the amenities of Western life and so forth, and jobs and factories and so on, vehicles and roads and so forth. It doesn't take but 10 years, and suddenly now everybody's obese and has diabetes, where before it was sort of an unheard of thing. So what's going on here? What is it about Western society that gives us type 2 diabetes and obesity? Well, neither of those, diabetes or obesity, are genetic. Certainly they're not genetic. They are simple nutritional deficiencies. Type 2 diabetes, which makes up 98% of the diabetic population, we've known for just about 80 years that it's a simple deficiency of a single mineral. Obesity is a deficiency of a class of nutrients, and if you're deficient in any one of them, you're going to gain weight. Any one of these nutrients, in this class of nutrients, there are about 3 or 4 of them that if you're deficient in them, you're going to be the 400-pound, 600-pound, 800-pound person. I just talked to another 600-pound person yesterday. 300- and 400-pound people are extremely common. 600-pound people are getting more and more common in the U.S. So I want you to get a hold of the book Hell's Kitchen, okay, the cause, prevention, and cure of obesity. It also discusses type 2 diabetes and the metabolic syndrome. That's Hell's Kitchen. And then for all the research and really in great detail, modern, up-to-date detail, very scary stuff, the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. By the way, it's in the top 5. It kind of jumps back and forth from number 1 to number 3 to number 1 to number 2, from number 1 to number 5. The top 5 textbooks, medical books, and genetic books on the market today. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. The book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the perennial. This one is just a bestseller every day. And then, of course, Rare Earths Been Cured. So Epigenetics, the new number 1 book out there, textbook for genetics and medicine and all kinds of other stuff associated with obesity and diabetes. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths Been Cures, and specifically the book Hell's Kitchen, which is entirely devoted to being overweight and obese and diabetes. The subtitle of the book Hell's Kitchen is The Cause, Prevention, and Cure of Obesity. It also discusses type 2 diabetes and the metabolic syndrome. And when you buy the book Hell's Kitchen from your young DVD associate, ask for a free copy of the CD called Hell's Kitchen, same title. Now, so the old theory, of course, it's still around for most doctors. They don't have any intellectual curiosity, so they'll maintain the old theory for a long time. But the theory that's been around for over 100 years is that people become overweight and obese because they don't exercise enough and eat too much. They don't exercise enough and eat too much. And, of course, this is absolutely, positively not true. It's caused by nutritional deficiency. Of course, the symptoms of these nutritional deficiencies are pica in kids where they eat really weird stuff. You know, we have articles in the newspaper, kids eat light bulbs, they eat the Tootsie Rolls out of kitty litter boxes, if you know what that means. And pregnant women are legendary for having weird appetites and cravings and binge eating. And then cribbing in animals where they chew on fences and eat boards and will eat dirt and so forth. All these are the symptoms of these nutritional deficiencies of this class of nutrients. So what you have to do is understand that you can have 2 problems here. Number 1, just overt deficiency, because there's just none in the soil. None of the food you're eating that are growing in that soil. Also, you could have gluten intolerance. It's not uncommon. I don't know what the percentage is, but extremely high, maybe 80%, 90% or more of the people who are overweight and obese also have a gluten intolerance, because you can absorb calories when you have a gluten intolerance. You have intestinal damage, because we're talking about short little carbon chains, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons long, very small particles, molecules, and so they're easy to absorb, even when your intestines are damaged. Now we're talking about the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. We're talking about big molecules. We're talking about big atoms and so forth here, and they are very difficult to absorb, even under ideal circumstances. When you start losing percentages of absorbed to the surface of your intestine because you have a gluten intolerance, okay, you can't absorb the nutrients, and so your cravings go up. Your binge eating rate goes up. Your pica, your cribbing, your munchies, everything's going up, and if you choose poorly, let's say you drink some soft drink with high fructose corn syrup in it, you're going to gain weight. If you drink a lot of apple juice with fructose in it, you're going to gain a lot of weight. If you eat light bulbs, there's no calories there. You're just going to be weird, and they'll take you to a psychiatrist, but you're not going to gain weight. So your choices, what you chew on and eat, when you have these cravings, it makes a difference whether you gain weight or not. Okay? And so, again, I urge you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, the number one book in America, according to Amazon rankings. Okay? Epigenetics, the death of the genetic theory of disease transmission for all kinds of medical categories, including genetics. Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Rare Earths Bin Cures, and, of course, the book Hell's Kitchen. And we're looking for help. We have a program called the Healthy Weight Loss Pack. You'll lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day, and the magic here is, folks, you'll never gain the weight back as long as you stay on the 90 for Life program. Remember, being overweight and obese is not due to lack of exercise and eating too much. It is caused by a simple nutritional deficiency. I've had people disrupt my meetings and laugh and say, no, Wallach, okay, it's not enough exercise and eating too much. And they say it's not nutritional deficiency. And then 2 months later, they're dead because they had the wrong theory. And they love their theory so much, they let it kill them. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
If you're the type of person who likes to volunteer and help others, this should interest you. What better way to help people than to help them overcome their health challenges? Longevity has been helping people overcome their health challenges for years. Our approach to health is drastically different than medical doctors who mostly only treat symptoms. As a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that many common disease states are actually preventable and reversible. Our mission at Longevity is to educate Americans about their own health. If you like helping people, join us in our fight to save America. While you're helping people prevent and overcome health challenges, you will also be able to build a lucrative home-based business. So what are you waiting for? Come join us and help save America. If you've decided to join us, call your local Longevity associate to find out how you can arm yourself with the knowledge that's needed to save America.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I've got a story here that's concerning a study that was done by the government, and the headline of this Fox News story reads, "Smokeless tobacco users exposed to more nicotine and cancer-causing chemical." They say compared to cigarette smokers, users of smokeless tobacco are exposed to equal or higher levels of nicotine and NNK, a cancer-causing chemical. This all comes from the FDA and the CDC. They say more research is needed on the toxic compounds of smokeless tobacco products. According to Dr. Frank Leone, he's the director of the University of Pennsylvania's Comprehensive Smoking Treatment Program. He's quoted as saying, "It's not uncommon for people to use smokeless tobacco as an alternative to cigarettes in an effort to wean themselves off smoking. There are much safer ways to substitute sources of nicotine, patches, gum, inhalers, or all types of alternative nicotine sources," according to Leone. He wasn't involved in the study, though. And they say there's really no safe form of tobacco. They say even types of tobacco that may be theoretically safer because of their mode of delivery really depend on the user-specific details. Smokeless tobacco, which includes chewing tobacco, snuff, dip, snus, whatever that is, I've never heard of that one, and dissolvable tobacco, is used by about 7% of the U.S. Adult males. And that was between 2012 and 2013, according to these researchers. This was all written up in the Cancer Epidemiology and Biomarkers Prevention Journal. And they say for the study, they analyzed Information from 23,000 plus participants in a national health survey between 1999 and 2010. Using data from blood and urine samples, they looked at for markers used to measure the addictive stimulant nicotine and cancer-causing NNK. They found the level of nicotine, which was a marker for nicotine exposure, Contending, was 0.043 nanograms per milliliter in non-smokers compared to 180 nanograms per milliliter in smokeless tobacco users and 131 among cigarette users and 184 in those that were both smoking and using this smokeless tobacco. They say the levels of NNAL, a marker for NNK exposure, 0.98 micrograms per liter in non-smokers compared to 583 in smokeless tobacco users, 218 among cigarette users, and 430 among those that are doing both. So there you go, Doc. Yet another reason not to pick up that nasty habit.
Exactly right. And, of course, I'm going to run back to processed meats here. Eating processed meats like deli slices and sandwich meats and sausage and ham and bacon and bologna and salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, spam, all those things gives you the same exposure to these chemicals as smokeless tobacco, gives you the same increase in risk of cancer as smokeless tobacco and an asbestos work environment. And so you got to take care of not only what you put in your mouth and eat, but also your sort of recreational stuff you do. You got to watch it because these things are self-inflicted. Cancer is not genetic. Cancer is certainly not viral. Cancer is not caused by age. It's caused by what you do to yourself and what you do to yourself. Okay, so I urge everybody really, again, to get a hold of that book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths and Cures. When you read these books and you look at them and you look up all the different minerals that can reduce your risk of cancer, gallium, things like, obviously, selenium, and we're talking about germanium. These things have significant, they can reduce certain cancers by 95%, 82%. Why would you not supplement with this stuff, especially if you're addicted to these things? It's difficult to get rid of it. Okay? Well, thank you so much, Doug. We're going to help save America one tobacco user at a time. Thank you, sir. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host, Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call us toll-free, 888-379-2552. If you're up several times every night to go to the bathroom, have frequent urination during the day, feel like you have to urinate but then have difficulty getting a stream going, have leaking, dribbling, or urgency to the point a restroom must always be nearby, you may have an enlarged prostate. According to the National Kidney Foundation, by age 60, more than half of all men have an enlarged prostate, or BPH. By age 85, that number is 90%. According to the American Urological Association. Ultimate ProstFX from Youngevity has been developed for nutritional support of the prostate gland. ProstFX promotes prostate health and supports healthy prostate function. Stop sprinting to the restroom and avoid those embarrassing moments with ProstFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Medford, Oregon, and Alan, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Alan, you're on the air.
Well, thank you, sir. I work with a woman who has a dog that has congestive heart failure, and I was telling her that that was a thiamine deficiency, but I didn't know how much to tell her, how much to take, or what to take. So,
okay, how much does the dog weigh?
About 8 pounds.
Okay, well, the first thing they have to do is change the dog food, okay? Another brand of dog food, because whatever dog food he's eating is not getting enough nutrition, right?
Right.
And has too much carbohydrates in it. So you got to change the dog food. I'd go to a canned meat dog food, no gluten in it. Make sure there's no grains in it, just meat and maybe potatoes, that kind of stuff. But no grains, particularly wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And go that direction as opposed to dry dog food. Then how much? I'm sorry, I apologize. What's the weight of that dog again?
It was 8 pounds.
8 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Shar. This is a Shar thing. You got a couple of dogs. One's 10 pounds, one's 5 pounds, whatever. And what would you give this dog for congestive heart failure in addition to a change in diet?
I would give him selenium and de-stress. Excuse me.
Okay. And
de-stress vitamin B1, but yeah, de-stress. And Arthrodex.
Okay, give him the secret sauce, de-stress, right?
De-stress and Arthrodex.
How much would you give that little 8-pound dog with the de-stress capsules?
I would give him probably less than a third of a capsule.
Okay, you could give it a half a capsule, and so one capsule lasts 2 days. It'd be easy that way. And then what would you do for a basic nutritional sort of all 90 essential nutrients in addition to the de-stress capsules?
The Arthrodex, and then I squirt EFAs on my dog's food. I prick the thing, EFA. I give them the regular EFA because they don't like the fish oil one.
Okay, cats like the fish oil, dogs don't. But I'd give them, it's a 1 scoop for 25 pounds of body weight. So say 8 pounds, let's say it's 10 pounds, I'd go ahead and give it a third of a scoop of the Arthrodex in his food. And then as you say, one of the EFA capsules, just go ahead and puncture that and squirt it on the food. And of course, 1/2 of a de-stress capsule once a day. So 1 capsule is going to last 2 days. So 1 bottle of de-stress is going to probably last about 3 months. Okay? And make sure that dog doesn't get any snacks off the table. Okay? And guess what? It'll turn right around because it is a simple nutritional deficiency. Congestive heart failure in man and beast, all vertebrates, is a result of terminal beriberi. It's a terminal event of beriberi, easily prevented, easily reversed. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Longevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewable, and besides that, they're not as good as tangy tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to San Clemente, California. And Michael, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Michael, you're on the air.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
I have an 81-year-old mother. She was in great health, very little meat eating, but she was on a healthy diet, 5 foot tall. She is blind. She had a bee sting between her toes. I talked to pharmacist Ben. He said to put her on the heart and brain and a bunch of other things. We've done all that. Her concern now is that when she went in for the bee sting, they said she was having a mild heart attack, angiogram later, 4 stents, 4 pharmaceutical prescriptions. Of course, we've got her off the pharmaceuticals, and she's on the Longevity program. But now she's concerned, what are the side effects, and what can we do about the stents that are in her vascular system?
Okay, what does she weigh?
She weighs 100 pounds.
100 pounds, okay. And so, 5 foot, yeah, I got that, okay. And again, somebody who makes it to 81 years of age, you got to love them and respect them. They've done a pretty decent job here. Our goal is to get well beyond 100, but let's see what we can do to help this wonderful lady, your mom. Char, what would you do for a 100-pound lady, 5 foot tall, and what is she blind from?
She had a growth behind her eye. She made it to about 40 years old, and then they had surgery, and the surgery wasn't successful, so she was blind after surgery.
Is it one eye or both eyes?
Both eyes.
Okay. All right. So what would you do here, Char, for this lady? Okay. She has stents put in her heart, and she wants to, have nice blood flow and so forth and not have any long-term consequences from the stents.
I give her a healthy brain and heart pack, and I'd also get her the Ultimate Daily, the Niacin Plus, and the Cardio Sticks.
Perfect. Okay, Char's exactly right there, Michael. Mom should have one healthy brain and heart pack. It wouldn't hurt to get her another bottle of selenium, so you can have 6 a day, 2 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'd go ahead and give her 2 a day. That's 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner of the Ultimate Niacin Plus. It'd be 1 bottle a month. The Ultimate Daily, she could take 2 of those twice a day. That would be a bottle a month because it's a big bottle. And then the Cardio Sticks, I go ahead and give her 1 of those. She could have that at noon with a glass of water or a little bottle of water. And, of course, she's got to stay away from all the bad stuff, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten. You should see does she have any high blood pressure? Is she on medication for high blood pressure or anything like that?
No medications, no high blood pressure, no.
Okay, good. All right. And it's good you're concerned about it because people think, oh, I've got stents in there, I don't have to worry about it. invariably stents get plugged up within a year or so because there's a big foreign body in there and a lot of turbulence. And so she does this. This is going to add many, many healthy years to mom's life. But this is a lifetime deal on the diet and the supplement program. And we'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to California. And Michael again, second question.
Second question, I have a dear friend, Dean, and he's in his mid-70s. He has an athletic build. He has constant back pain. He's brokenhearted because he had to stop golfing. He went in for his back. They wanted to do surgery. He won't allow them to do that, so he let them put in a pacemaker. With the pacemaker, he's gone back to the doctor. He showed them the bone pack that he's on and some of the other things, the tangy tangerine tablets and a lot of selenium and on and on. The doctor looked at it and says there's just way too much vitamin K in this. It's going to interfere with your pharmaceuticals that we're giving you. You have to stop the program. Now he's scared. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, the first thing he has to do is fire the doctor.
I told him that.
Phone book is full of hungry doctors, and if he needs a doctor, he can find lots of doctors who will say, okay, yeah, this I've never seen such an array of nutrients here, so we'll kind of monitor you as this goes along. That's the doctor's job. His job is not to protect his own interest, and so this doctor needs to be fired, okay? But he can get any doctor he wants. Like I say, the phone book is full of hungry doctors, and I just am confused. Why would the doctor put in a pacemaker, which is dealing with either too fast a heart rate or too slow a heart rate for a back problem? Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay, I find that amazing unless he knows that atrial fibrillation is due to a back problem, not a heart problem. Okay, but at any rate, a pacemaker is not going to solve any nutritional deficiency. How many nutrients is in a pacemaker? Okay, somebody needs to go to jail here, all right? And so basically what does this guy weigh?
He's in good shape. He's, in his mid 150, 175.
Okay, so Shar?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy, he's 70-plus years of age, 175 pounds, say, and he's got a back problem. He complains about a back problem. What would you do for this guy?
I give him 2 healthy bone and joint packs.
Okay, in addition to the 2 healthy bone and joints pack, that's perfect. Okay, that's going to support and promote maintenance, repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes the bone itself. And what would you do for anything that might be a heart thing going on and the doctor's misdiagnosed in both directions?
I give him the selenium and the de-stress.
There you go, selenium and de-stress. Guy his size, he could have 3 selenium twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. The de-stress, I'd go ahead and get 2 bottles a month of de-stress. Give him 3 of those twice a day. It's imperative to stay away from all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, and stay away from all carbonated drinks. Okay, because they do neutralize stomach acid, and they will reduce the ability to absorb minerals. And also, the phosphates in colas actually disrupt the balance between calcium and phosphorus and cause fractures. So he's got to really change everything he's doing, and that includes the doctor who told him to get off the nutrients because they interfere with medication. He, like I say, there's a phone book full of doctors. He just needs to find one who really has some brains. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Miami, Florida. And Bob, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Bob. You're on the air.
Thanks. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir.
I spoke to you about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, regarding my Chocolate Lab Max. Originally, we thought it was some kind of bone deficiency, and you told me about 5 of the glucogel and a cooked egg and everything. But since then, I found the only doctor in Florida that does dog chiropractics and acupuncture, and we did an X-ray. And what the X-ray showed was that the dog has a splenic mass. The spleen keeps breaking and bleeding, and then that's why he couldn't get up for 2 or 3 days. So I was wondering if maybe something like copper, or maybe you might have a better idea as far as...
Okay, now, did he have any kind of clue what the splenic mass is? That's pretty generic description. Splenic mass, is that a blood clot? Is it a hematoma? Is it a cancer? Is it a foreign body? Do we have any idea what it is?
Well, she said 50% of them were cancerous, and without doing a biopsy, she couldn't really tell for sure. But basically, it breaks, and he starts bleeding. He won't get up for 2 or 3 days, and then it heals, it clots, and then he'll start walking around again. She put him on this Chinese powder that they use, Hunan Beilu powder or something like that. And I don't know, I figured I'd call you better than anybody else because you're a veteran.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, in addition to, and how much does this lab weigh?
About 65, 70 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd go ahead and give it 3 scoops of the Arthrodex in its food, 3 scoops of the Arthrodex in its food. I'd also give it a couple of the EFAs. Just go ahead and puncture the EFAs and squirt the juice on the food. And then, because it has this mass, I would also give it 2 ounces a day of the Z-Radical. Z-Radical liquid tastes very good. Kids like it. Dogs like it. And you can just go ahead and you can, just dose the dog with it. Don't try and put it on the food. Just dose the dog with it. Put a shot in his mouth and hold his mouth shut and hold his head up and stroke his little throat and he'll swallow it. You could do 1 ounce twice a day. It'll be 2 quarts a month. And call us in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks, and 6 weeks, and 8 weeks, and let us know what's going on. Anytime you go to the vet and get another report or an assessment, let us know. But keep track with us, and we'd like to follow this one. Okay, Doug, we got time to start another one?
We certainly do. Let's head to Boulder Creek, California. And Andrew, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Andrew, you're on the air.
Hey, guys. Lindsay, my girlfriend, who has babesia and Lyme disease, called last week for her sick grandmother from La Jolla last week. Her grandmother is taking Xarelto for some reason, and she also has AFib. We're really concerned about the Xarelto with all the TV ads about the dangers that are really worrisome. Is it possible to get off this drug? We know that there's an increased stroke risk. All the doctors are saying she has to possibly be on it for life. And is there a natural remedy for this? And will they interact?
Yes, there's a natural remedy, but what you have to do is find a doctor who's going to see her, put his hands on her, examine her, do blood tests, and he's going to be the one to reduce the dosage, change it to a different drug to begin with, and then we can start working with that. Now, how long is let's go to Linda first, or Lindsay. Is it Linda or Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, okay. Now, Lindsay, you say has Lyme disease. How long has she had Lyme disease?
She just got a positive test last week, right before she called you, but we don't know how long she's had it. It's also
she's had symptoms. How long has she had symptoms?
For at least 6 months, maybe a year.
Yeah. Okay, and she lives in California?
Correct.
Yeah. The odds of it being Lyme disease is pretty low, even though she get a positive test for Lyme disease. It's kind of like 90% of the people in L.A. will test positive for tuberculosis. They've been exposed to it, but they don't have it. Okay? And so she could have been on vacation in the Florida Keys last year and been exposed to somebody who had Lyme disease, but her immune system fended it off. Okay? And so that doesn't mean that you have it. Okay, now hang on. We got to run to one of these message moments here, and we'll come back and tell you what we can do for your mom and for Lindsay's mom and Lindsay after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Online, the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Young Duty, Night for Life Crusade. And we're going right back to California and Andrew and his lady Lindsay and her grandmother with AFib. Okay, Lindsay has been diagnosed with Lyme disease. And what are some of her symptoms, Andrew?
She's got severe random night sweats. She's got aching all over the body. She's completely almost bedridden. She hasn't been able to do anything. This has been going on.
Does she have any skin problems or respiratory problems?
She has had both, yes.
I'm sorry, she has what?
She's had both, lots of rashes, huge rashes, as well as a lot of rapid breathing throughout the last 6 months. Okay,
very good. Any bowel problems, constipation, diarrhea?
I'd say more recently some constipation, but I don't think that's a significant symptom.
And what does she weigh?
I'd say she weighs about 110.
Okay. Shar, what would you do for Lindsay? What do you think's going on here?
I think she's got rheumatoid arthritis and gluten intolerance.
Okay. What would you do for her?
I would get her on the healthy bone and joint pack, and I would also get her on a gluten-free diet immediately. Get her on the killer biotic.
Okay, very good choices. Yeah, I'd go ahead. You're exactly right. None of the bad stuff. No fried foods. No processed meats. No oils of any kind. That means microwave popcorn, theater popcorn. We're talking about olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oil. All that's got to go. No gluten. No wheat, bread, around oats. That dog, cat, bird, fish. You, mother-in-law, everybody, that grandmother, everybody's got to be gluten-free. And Char's exactly right. I'd go ahead and give her one healthy bone and joint pack. I'd go ahead and get her an extra bottle of glucogel so she could take an ounce of that twice a day and divide everything else in half a dose of breakfast and dinner. I'd also get her a couple of bottles of selenium. She can take 6 a day, 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner. And then, let's see here, a killer biotic would not be a bad thing. I would go ahead and give her, say, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month of the killer biotic, a blend of 8 herbs that support the immune system and has the actual antimicrobial properties. 2 of those herbs do. And then for grandma, or great-grandma, with AFib, what's her problem? Does she have do you have a heart problem?
No, she doesn't have a heart problem. She just got lost the cartilage and returned her vertebrae, and she's got a mechanical problem. Her nerve is being squeezed. That's going through her backbone into her heart.
Yeah, the 3 spinal nerves that control the rate and rhythm of the heart being squeezed because she has degenerative disc disease. She's shrinking, and she has these kinds of problems. So what does great-grandma weigh, you think, Andrew?
She's about 140.
Okay, 140. I'd go ahead and give her one healthy bone and joint pack per month, an extra bottle of osteo, so you can have an ounce of the osteo twice a day. Get her an extra bottle of glucogel, so you can have 15 of those a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then, because she may have a rapid heart rate or a slow heart rate, one or the other, she can have the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day, and the selenium 3 twice a day. And then, let's see here. Yeah, she needs to have a doctor who writes prescriptions for those drugs, type of drugs, look at her, determine whether or not that's the appropriate drug. If he doesn't agree with it, then he can change it. If he agrees with it, then I'd keep looking. I'd get a second, third, and fourth opinion. Doesn't hurt to go to the medical school nearby and have a clinician there, a cardiologist there, look at that. And then call us in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks. Let us know how Lindsay's doing. Let us know how great-grandma's doing. Okay, how much time we have here, Doug?
You get about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Remind everybody, the top-ranked textbook for genetics, according to Amazon.com right now, is Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory Disease Transmission. Everybody needs to have that in their family. Everybody needs to give that as a gift. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory Disease Transmission, and bring your family up to date. I mean, I'm so proud of that book. It's just something that's going to change the world because the genetic theory is a dead theory. There's thousands of failed medical theories every century. In the 20th century, 21st century is no different. And one of the worst ones in the 20th and 21st century is the genetic theory. There's not a single disease transmitted by genetics. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory Disease Transmission. Okay, thank you, Shar. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Billy. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons. But it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try SmartFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I gotta tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local Youngevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.